Hey guys, in this video we're going to be looking at Elite Dungeon 2, the Dragonkin Lab. This is not the best run, but it showcases all the various safe spots that I use. Hope you enjoy. So I'm trying to show strategies that anyone can use regardless of gear, regardless of level and experience in this dungeon. So starting off, I tend to drag the slimes to the far left corner. I then aim to do Sunshine, followed by a Detonate and a Tsunami. Then try to hug the wall as you're coming down the flight of stairs, that way you don't aggro any of the spiders. And also once you're down in this little area, you can see here, try to hug the wall as well so that you don't aggro the dragon on the far left there. Quick note about the dragons in this dungeon, you don't need any anti-fire potions. Just use protect prayers or deflect magic prayers and you should be fine. They will still do some damage, but it's insignificant. Alright, following up, we've got the Golems. Drag them along and try to get them all onto one spot. You can switch to Soul Split, and if you've got Corruption Blast, and get a little bit of health that way if you've lost any. I like to use Detonate and Tsunami once I've got all the Golems on one spot. It tends to finish them off pretty quickly. Next we have the Courtyard, which is a tricky little area as you have a few slimes as well as a bunch of magic books. You can go about this in two ways. First, you can lure one by one targets and take them out, slowly getting rid of the slimes and then focusing on the books. Alternatively, you can also use the Celestial Dragon as a barrier by positioning yourself on the other side of the Celestial Dragon and then praying magic. This is quite helpful as it prevents the slimes from replicating. However, the books do a fair bit of damage, so you want to be pretty quick and have high DPS for this. Alright, this is the first spot that you want to safe spot. Just by standing in line with the doorway, one square away from the back wall, they will all automatically aggro you and you can just sit here. Provided you've got a staff or a two-handed crossbow, you're in complete safe distance to just bombard them. This is also a really good opportunity for you to use Soul Split and heal yourself up, and it's the first big break that you get. Now they won't do their special move, so if you probably see there, you can stun the Celestial Dragons to prevent them from doing their special move, but if you safe spot them like this, they don't do their special move which heals them. The other two that you've just unlocked, you need to go and actually lure them to this spot. They do take a while to waddle up, but in the scheme of things, if they just use one of those special moves, it'll probably take you longer to kill them than just luring them up the stairs like this. Now do wait for the dragons between kills to actually get into position, otherwise if you click on them too early, your character will move out of position and you'll take damage. Alright, moving down. These ones you will have to manually aggress them, so just get them into range, they'll become aggressive. Now they usually line up like this and you can sit diagonally from the corner there and you can just safe spot them. Alternatively, they sometimes get stuck, where if you stand directly at the two pillars, between the two pillars before the flight of stairs, you can safe spot the first one and then move to the corner for the second one. If you're looking to learn how to defeat Astalorn, whether this is your first time or you've done this dungeon multiple times, I am bringing a video out and a link will be placed in the description below. So check that out if you're interested. Now that the dragon is dead and we've finished the first boss, we're going to move on to the next safe spot on our way to Verak Lith. So you want to aggro these dragons. Sometimes there'll be a mini boss here, so you'll have 4 of them, and you can just sit at this one spot. Now again, these safe spots rely on having a staff or a two-handed crossbow for that 9 range. Next up we have the spiders, so if you happen to have venom blood or an anti-poison, it's quite helpful in this area. Although the poison's not too bad, so you can get away without using it. Now you can sneak to the left to avoid the spiders, but yeah, you've got to wait for the stars to align to be able to get that right. More often than not, you will end up fighting the spiders. Each of these black dragons, when they first get into range of you, will use their dragon breath, so you can actually rely on that to heal yourself up. Now obviously if you're poisoned, you want to make sure that you don't accidentally resonate the poison hit, you want to resonate the dragon breath. As you can see here, I wait for the poison to tick before resonating the dragon breath off the first black dragon, and then proceeding to lure each of the dragons, all 6 of them, back to this rock, where you want to position yourself diagonally from it. This is the perfect safe spot to be able to hit the dragons, as you can see here. Now at this point you can soul split and get a lot of healing done. You want to be focusing on using AoE abilities like Corruption Blast and Chain, along with your weapon poison. This will trickle damage all the way down the line, making it one of the best locations to heal up if you're low on health. Now moving up the hill, I skipped the first 2 worms, there's no point in killing them. You only need to kill 4 of them to open up the gate. And then I position myself next to this rock so that I can kill 1 at a time. Slowly moving through and always only focusing on 1 lava strike worm at a time, since they're not clustered together, so you can't really do area effect damage to them. Now that that gate is open, you have these dragons. This is probably the most difficult safe spot of the lot. Now ideally you want to be in the middle of that side rock, and that will allow you to be able to safe spot. However, these dragons have a tendency to get clumped. So if you move 2 steps forward, you'll be able to kill 1, and then you want to move 2 steps back to get back into position. Moving on, the last safe spot here is a skeleton. So if you've got decent graphics settings on, you'll be able to see the skeleton. You just position yourself there and you can easily kill the black dragon. Sometimes there is a mini boss at the top of this hill. You can sneak past it on occasion, but more often than not it will be aggressive and in range. Now that Verak Lith is dead, we're going to make our way back. This is where we use the chest. We teleport always to the bottom. This will take us back down the hill. Now we want to fight the Gemstone Dragons. Again, protection from magic is more than enough against these guys. You do have to watch out for their special attacks. In order to dodge the dragon special attacks, you only have to move 2 squares away. And if you're doing duo or trio with other people, if they have an attack that's meant for them, so closest by proximity, and you happen to be standing in the way of that attack, it won't affect you. Provided that you are not the target of the attack, it does nothing. The special attacks do provide a good opportunity to heal via resonance and a shield. You want to hug the wall when going up the flight of stairs here so you don't attract the books on the other side, and you also want to stay more or less in line with the dragons that you're fighting, as not to arouse the aggression of the other dragons. Now that those are killed, we're going to bypass these Hydrix dragons and move on to the Dragonstone Dragons over here. Now you want to position yourself right next to the cage and you'll have free reign on all these dragons. Now in this little room you might also find a mini boss called Verak Little. You will want to play melee against him. He can hit quite hard and he's actually quite difficult to apply damage to. Then you've got these last 2 dragons. Again, this is like a last ditch effort where you can use them to heal, as you can see there. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. Videos for the bosses will be linked in the video description down below. Let me know in the comments below if I missed a safe spot or this video helped you in some way. Till next time, have fun.